Hello, Blizzard fans! This is FalconPaladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. This is a game between WhiteRa and Zephyr, or Zephyr I suppose, on Terraform, the Ladder Edition. In the bottom right of Terraform, the Ladder Edition, we have the Red Zerg player. It is Zephyr, representing PWF. I don't know what that is, but I'm sure it's great. And in the top left of Terraform, the Ladder Edition, we have the Blue Protoss player. It is WhiteRa. And I've been trying to get replays of WhiteRa on my channel for a long time. I think I got a couple of them from a tournament or so, Heart of the Swarm, a couple of months ago. But this is the first Legacy of the Void WhiteRa replay on my channel. I'm very excited because he is one of my favorite StarCraft 2 players, despite the fact that he plays Protoss and I main Zerg. WhiteRa just seems like a really nice guy. He's, you know, in his 30s or so, but he's still playing. And I just really respect that. So let's see what happens. In, let's see, the bottom right, we have Zephyr taking a early expand. I think that was before the, before the gas. So not very intimidated at all playing against WhiteRa here. WhiteRa with his special tactics, with his crazy builds, with the stuff you don't expect that's still somehow really solid at the same time. We'll see what he does for us here. WhiteRa throwing up a gateway. Okay, that wasn't unexpected. That was pretty good. And pretty expected, to be entirely honest. Sending out a probe with some minerals in his face to come check things out, seeing if there's a base indeed for his Zergy opponent. And the answer is going to be, yes, absolutely there is. This is not a crazy one-base Ling, Baneling, all I need to have to worry about. Pretty standard hatchery, gas, spawning pool, nothing too out of the norm here. Probably going to see roaches, or possibly as well, what do you want to say, lings? At this point, speedlings, depending on where this gas goes. We are almost at 100 here. If we get 100 and stop, it's probably going to be speedlings. If we keep getting the gas, we're probably going to use it for something like roaches and ravagers instead, as well as a quick lair. So let's see what happens. Spawning pool. Spawning pool, pop. There we go. And yeah, immediately getting speed. Pulled all the workers off gas but one, so we're still probably going to save up for that lair. But I did forget to mention, this is actually from spawningtool.com, Legacy of the Void replays. You can get there, lotv.spawningtool.com. It's a great resource for replays. I do get things from there every once in a while. You kind of have to screen it just to make sure you're not getting some terrible games, which I have made the mistake of doing in the past. But when I saw this game and saw that it was WhiteRa, I said, you know what? This is going to be a good game regardless. I popped it in, and here we are. Getting 2 queens for our Zergy friend. This is the latest build of Legacy of the Void, so the inject will give our friend Zephyr an extra 3 larvae per inject, which is automatic. You saw there, the pop inject, always super fun. At the same time, the chrono boost for our friend WhiteRa is being used where? Is this actually not what I was thinking? I am a giant liar. This is from the version of Legacy of the Void wherein injects are automatic. They only give the Zerg 2 extra larvae, and there is no chrono boost. Wow. Looking at that a little bit more closely, that's where we are. So this is the second to most recent version of Legacy of the Void and the beta. So no chrono boost for WhiteRa. He must be very sad about that. No chrono boost available on the cybernetics core. You want this warp gate to research? It's not going to happen for a super long time. I did hear that, yeah, Stalker poking away at an Overlord, but it does escape past this water because Stalkers cannot swim. Little known fact, they cannot swim, they're robots basically, right? So they go into water and they totally short circuit. It is a secret to the Protoss army. If you dump a bucket of water on a Stalker's head, it will die. Don't tell anyone I told you that. Moving across the field, we have some Lings popping on out. Going to see what they can get on in here and try to do. But there's a Zealot holding line. There's a Stalker back there too. There's no way those Lings are getting through that wall. Absolutely not. Just checking to make sure what's going on. If there's anything coming their way, they wanted to kind of intercept it. Maybe catch any probes that try to come out and throw down proxy pylons. Because again, WhiteRa is known for his craziness. So we're going to try to clear those Lings out with a Mothership Core just a little bit. If they try to come in, Mothership Core should kill them pretty quickly. The Stalker moves out to do something else. Oh yes, kill this Overlord. Overlord coming in, going to scout out. I think might actually get a scout on this Robo facility. Nope. Decides instead to run away, try to save his life rather than sacrifice it for the good of the swarm. I think it might die anyway if there's some good micro here from WhiteRa. And nope, not even required. Just a couple more shots here, and the Overlord dies. And it falls to the ground harmlessly. Or rather, I guess it fell into that water and left a bloodstain on the water. Like under the water? That's weird. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Something of a graphical glitch, I suppose. Overlord over here that was getting shot comes in very bravely and says, alright, double gas, fully saturated here for WhiteRa on his second base. He's doing something crazy heavy with the gas, and what's it going to be is the question. Where is that Warp Prism? There it is. Warp Prism checking things out. Overlord saying, is there a third base? No, there is not. He's scouting super well. Zephyr is. Meanwhile, back in Zerg City, we have +1 missile attack coming out. We have a Hydralisk Den and a proxy hatch, or not a proxy hatch, a macro hatch popping on up as well. So exactly what the Zerg player needs. On this particular patch, you don't get enough larva to really spend your money on. You kind of run high in that money, and so in that range, you want to get an extra macro hatch to help spend that. Get another queen to inject on it, and you should be just fine. Ling's running home. I'm not sure if they saw this army coming out or not. It is sentries and a stalker and a zealot. Are we not going any adepts? Oh, just kidding. Adepts are warping in for WhiteRa. I was going to say, it is super, super weird to see Protoss player not go adepts. Oh, Warp Prism harassed with the adepts. The Lings come in here, though, and they get a darn near full surround on 2 of those adepts, forcing the pickup. Ooh, Corrosive Bile just again misses the Warp Prism. That is not, again, that spell misses, I want to say 85-90% of the time I've seen it used, if not higher. It's just terrible. Telegraphing your opponent where it's going to land is one thing. The fact that it takes 3 to 4 seconds for it to actually land is another thing. And it only hits for 60. So, I mean, it's not even like it's super strong that you need to be able to dodge it or you just lose the game instantly. I would kind of like to see Blizzard come out, either make it hit for more so it's worth it when it does hit, or else not telegraph where it's going to land against your other opponent. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's an instant thing, so... Like storms don't telegraph where they're going to hit, but it's not instant. You can move out of it, right? So I guess the Corrosive Bile, the reason they have to show where it is because it's an instant attack. Oh, the Hydras are trying to get that Warp Prism. Are they going to get it? It's going to be very, very close. It's trying to run away for its life, and yes, it does survive, but all the Adepts here, unfortunately, are left to their deaths. Where is that Warp Prism? It's trying to save their friends, but nope, can't quite do it. Even with that additional pickup range, couldn't pull it off. Warp Prism forced to retreat. Zephyr playing this super duper well. I'm really impressed. Are we actually going to catch the Warp Prism with the queens? No, a couple shots, not quite able to do it. And WhiteRa is able to escape quite handily. During that attack, WhiteRa was getting a third base. Very, very smart. You want to do that while you are attacking. And what are you doing for the Zerg? Lurkers, excellent. Roaches, okay. Roach, Hydra, Lurker. Looks like the composition. And hey, Robotics Bay coming up here for WhiteRa. Are we going to try to make Colossus work? That would be interesting. Probably Disruptors, though. I would have to say otherwise. Here we go. Disruptor does require the Robo Bay. And those are a lot more effective than Colossus. So Zephyr is taking the expansion at the gold. Very, very, very risky at this point. I mean, taking any of these middle bases is hard because you have the backside of the mineral line is able to be attacked by ranged units, able to use this to attack your units, your workers on that other side of the map. Hallucinated Phoenix scouting things out, seeing what he can see, and the answer is everything, because this is what you want to do as Protoss to scout out your Zerg player. Warping in here off of this pylon where there is nothing touching this pylon at all, and would take 16 seconds, which is so stinking long. And there we go. Immortals are in the army. I like this. Disruptor. So Disruptor, Immortal, Sentry, Adept, Stalker for WhiteRa. Good composition. I like it very much. Very good against what we're seeing from our Zerg player. Disruptor shots, if they land, 1-shot Hydras and basically 2-shot Roaches. And I think they 2-shot Lurkers as well. So it's just very, very strong against Zerg. Another attack coming over with Zealots this time on our weakened Warp Prism. Sounds like a band or something. Weakened Warp Prism. Checking things out. No, there's nothing here at all. I can kill some Creep Tumors, though. Hooray! Free Creep Tumors. Wham, wham. Zealot now has 2 kills. He goes back to his buddies and goes, hey, guess what? I have 3 kills to my name. And they're like, wow, you're so strong. And he's like, well, okay, it was a drone and it was 2 Creep Tumors, but man, I still have 3 kills. Oh, he missed on the 3rd kill. 2 kills. Not as impressive as you might have thought. Zephyr intelligently saving that guy. Here come more Hallucinated Phoenix in just to see what he can see, and the answer is Hive. We have a 9-minute Hive from the Zerg player. Pretty much no harassment whatsoever except for this attack up here from WhiteRa. 4th base is now established. We are getting the minerals, but look at this. When you rally them from another base to this mineral patch, they come to the wrong side and then long distance mine back. It's kind of a bug. You have to bring them in here and then say, now mine, you guys. You have to kind of babysit them to make it happen. So Roach, Hydra, Lurker is here. Upgrades are +1 attack for the missile, not bad. +1 attack here for WhiteRa, +2 on the way. Not going to be here for quite a while though, but here comes the push. WhiteRa going to take out that queen. Creep Queen is dead. Oh, we had an observer with the army as well. So all these Creep Tumors are going to die, preventing the spread of additional creep from our friend Zephyr. Another Overlord possibly going to die here. I don't know. We're going to have to see. Stalker is moving up around, trying to decide if they want to go move into this narrow choke or not, because there's a bunch of Lurkers over here. Man, be so careful moving in there, WhiteRa. I don't know if you want to do that. Possibly try to kill this base instead. I mean, it's really juicy. You can just come around here and boop, there it is. You can kill it. But I don't know. Oh, there's a drop down here with Zealots right in this mineral line. And Adepts warping in at the same time. WhiteRa killing everything in this base. 6 drones have died. And that might be it at this point, because Roaches and Hydras are here. The Hydra is trying to snipe down that Warp Prism. Are we going to get it? Yes. We get the Warp Prism, but at what cost? The Adepts are taking down Hydras. There are some Roaches and Hydras here, but yeah, the Hydra needs to do the damage. The Roaches are tanking the damage. And here comes the push, just like I was talking about, to the backside of this army. But there are Ravagers here. Oh, Disruptor shots taking out everything, but there are Lurkers. The Lurkers do force WhiteRa back. No, catching a few units in the force fields, overextending. A few Roaches and Hydras end up dead. This base is on lock. I was going to say the base is on lockdown, because it should be, but WhiteRa instead decides to back on out. So, never mind. Burrowing these guys over here for some reason, because the army is actually moving down this way. Zephyr, you know what's happening here. Quick, move the Lurkers. He's trying to do that. This base looks like it's going to die. A couple volleys from this army. It's going to fall apart at the seams, and indeed it does. Boosh. Gold base is now gone. Disruptors at the front of the army, burrowing the Lurkers in, and again, forcing WhiteRa back. WhiteRa doesn't quite know if he wants to go into that Lurker attack at all. Lurkers do have +2 attack, which is nice. +2 just about to finish here for WhiteRa as well. So pretty even on that ground. +1 Carapace on the way for our Zerg player. And just kind of chilling WhiteRa. WhiteRa's poked in. He's killed a base. He's very happy about that. It is 4 base Protoss to 4 base Zerg, which is always nice. Killing Overlords at the same time. We're going to follow this kind of death ball. Oh no, rallying Hydras end up dead. They are not very careful with themselves at all. Oh, this base at the same time is going to get taken down by this giant death ball. Yanking in the Disruptors though. Oh, Viper using the Yoink to kill the Disruptors. No longer available. And here we go. Roach Lurker trying to do what they can against this army. Force fields. At the same time, there is definitely an Observer here, but all those Lurker shots are doing so well against that Armored Immortal, against those Sentries, against those Stalkers. A few Roaches get caught here. Roach Hydra, I think they just really want WhiteRa to retreat at this point, but maybe Zephyr showed us a new way to deal with those Disruptors. Yank them in, and then kill them. Treat them basically like they are Colossus, right? Amazing force fields from WhiteRa. But hey, are we surprised? I don't think we are. Burrowing the Lurkers here again, saying, hey, I can still shoot under force fields, which is super duper nice. Swinging on through again to the top left side along this lane. Mothership Core lagging behind, but I don't think there's any danger that she's going to die here. More and more Stalkers being warped in. Getting a Templar Archives and getting another Disruptor. +3 attack on the way for WhiteRa. Protoss armies with +3 are so scary. Was that a Adept that got killed there? I don't know. It looks like Zephyr is going to go ahead and push the issue here. Going to try to make this happen. Oh no, catching that Disruptor would be super nice. Are we going to get it? No, Disruptor's shot. Oh, we did kill the Disruptor before it got the shot off. And now we're at the front door. We are sieging. We have Lurkers. We're moving right into the natural. Cyber Core is now down for WhiteRa. Are we just going to base race at this point? I really do not know. Trying to come in, splitting up Roaches and Hydras. A small group coming up here to take down production facilities for the Protoss player. And you know what? WhiteRa says, I'm coming in with my Stalkers. I'm going to kill everything that you have if you're going to kill everything that I have. And I think we're going to see a good old-fashioned base race at this point. Stalkers with +3 attack are super scary. That +3 is almost there. If we could kill those Forges, it'd be really nice for Zephyr right now. Warping in Archons, warping in Templar. A few Zealots as well with that +3 attack are super dangerous at the same time. This base is completely gone. This base is super under siege. Long distance mining drones are dying. Close distance mining drones are dying. This hatchery going to get focused down at the same time. A small group of Stalkers moving into the natural as well. This base is under siege by Lurkers. And are we going to kill? Yeah, all the cannons are now going to die. Lurkers do outrange cannons. Army coming in to actually take down this Nexus. We've cleaned most of the stuff up here in this space. Archon 4 kills, 3 kills there. This Roach desperately trying to take down gateways by his lonesome. Vipers coming in to see what they can see. Be very, very careful against these Archons, my friend. Stalkers, and we have a lot of Templar here. Are we going to use that for Storm, or... I don't actually know. Maybe Archons. In the end, I think they have Storm. They do. Storm has been researched. Archon getting sniped down by these Hydras with the +2 attack. Going to take down all these production facilities. A few Stalkers get warped in, but I don't think it's actually enough. Lurkers taking down buildings. The only Nexus left right now for WhiteRa is right here. We are still producing Hydralisks for Zephyr. He still has a mining base somehow. I guess it's right here. But WhiteRa is basically on the ropes here. Zephyr's pushing in with the roaches and the hiders. This entire base is going to fall. I don't see any way for WhiteRa to save it. There are some stalkers here, but that is about it. These lurkers aren't doing much of anything right now, but I feel like Zephyr's attention is elsewhere. Taking down the lurker den is a nice pickup. Picking up additional pylons is doing WhiteRa. We're going to go to the units tab and just see what's left right now. It's 14 stalkers, 2 sentries, a mothership core, 4 Templar, and 2 observers right now for WhiteRa. And he is down 109 to 55 supply, 14 to 11 harvesters. WhiteRa has not rebuilt his base and is being revealed. Bit of a cough attack there, I apologize, but you can see what was going on. Trying to take down all of these hatcheries and this hive, just so we can see exactly where the Zerg bases built, or Zerg's buildings are. That is very useful at this point. Building pylons everywhere across the map, scattered, trying to do what he can. These 4 stalkers actually took down an entire hatchery all by themselves. They're very proud at this point. This gold base being up for Zephyr is huge, though. I think lurkers are coming down to defend this gold base. Look at all those workers coming out right now for Zephyr. 105 to 46 total supply. Stalker attack, trying to do what it can to take out extractors. Getting the spawning pool as well. I'm not sure how much that actually hurts. But here we come. Stalkers are trying to assassinate this base, but guess what? There is lurkers. Be so careful. Yeah, back on out. WhiteRa decides to move 2 shots there from that lurker, enough to actually bring a stalker down to about 50% health. Those things hit hard against armored. Look at that. 36 damage against armored units. And stalkers are armored. So there's an observer here, going to try to take out these lurkers using the observing technology. Vipers are here, though, as well, and a huge swell of roaches and hydralisks. Going to try to catch this army, and they do. They catch it. What is WhiteRa going to be able to do? Trying to throw down some force fields. No, not even doing that. There's a time warp getting the mothership core. Huge storms. That's exactly what WhiteRa needs to win this. Storms feedback coming down as well. Blinding cloud being used. Another Templar gets stormed on down, yanking in the Templar. They get focused as well. One of them does. Wow, those Templar were super duper effective. It killed a lot of stuff, but I don't know if it's enough. The Hiders decide to actually stand and fight. Ravager ends up dead. Corrosive Bile whiffs, because that's what they do. Hydra trying to get out of their area. They end up dead. So at this point, what is left for WhiteRa? He has 2 probes. He does not have any Nexus left, though, so he can't mine. Nope, he can't mine and try to build a new base. So this base is still here with the lurkers. I just don't know. We're going for it, though. WhiteRa trying to snipe down lurkers left and right using Blink. Using the Blink ability. Low! Yoinking in the stalkers to die to the lurkers. Excellent play there by Zephyr. Trying to get the extractor. Taking shots from the lurkers. Another one ends up dead. The stalker count is now down to 4. With 2 observers and 2 probes. We have some Lings out on the field too now. The Lings, how are they upgraded? I think they don't have anything at all. They do have +1 carapace. But that is about it. Running around, actually managed to catch one of the probes. Excellently well played. I'm going to catch this one too. Yep, getting pylons. There we go. Using the mobility of the Zerglings to take down pylons. And force WhiteRa out. And that's it. WhiteRa calls the GG. He's defeated and Zephyr is victorious. So, all right, pretty amazing PvZ there off of spawningtool.com. Go ahead and visit them. I'll put a link to of their website in the description here. But regardless, that was pretty good stuff. Good to see disruptors being used. Good to see the yoink ability. That was the big thing. The Vipers yoinking into disruptors to be sniped off. Treating them like Colossus is pretty much, I think, the new meta for PvZ. Just because we've seen disruptors cause so much strife against Zerg players, and if that's going to be the answer, I like it. So thanks Zephyr for showing us that, and without further ado, this has been FalconPaladin with yet another daily Blizzard upload. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you heard and what you saw today. You can also catch me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, all at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.